made it! We made it! By some miracle, we made it to the third round. I love you, Singapore. I love you, Singapore. The second round of Asian World Cup qualifiers just ended, so why don't we review the last two matches for the China national team? So much fun. First off was a crucial match against Thailand. Win this one, and China confirmed their qualification for the next round. And I mean, I know we've had our shaky moments in this campaign. Ivankovic hasn't really faced a real test with this team, but I believe, after all, it is Thailand. We can still win against them. Zhang Yuning would score a 79th minute equalizer, but the game ended 1-1. And of course, because we're the China national team, we just made things a lot harder on ourselves. Because we failed to secure qualification in that match against Thailand, we would now face South Korea. And Thailand have the chance to overtake us when they face Singapore, a team that has gone 5 matches, lost 4, and drawn 1. Guess who it was against? I went through the scenarios in which China would qualify for the third round in a previous video, and I got it slightly wrong, specifically the third scenario. I said if China lost by only 1 goal and Thailand won by only 1 goal, we would qualify. And that's a little bit wrong. Thailand has to win by more than 2 goals, not 1. Well, that's kind of true. Basically, if Thailand won by 2 goals, we would be equal on goal differential, and so long as they don't have more goals scored, then we'd still go through. Oh boy. So, must-win game against South Korea. Scratch that. I don't even expect us to win. As long as we don't lose, we'll be fine. We'll be fine, you know? I don't care if we defend for the full 90 minutes, if we don't even try to score, but, you know, we can still do it. We can still hold them off.
See how you are. You just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
What did we expect? So yeah, after a decent showing the first 45 minutes, China blow it. Again. Every year we contribute, they contribute to my pain and suffering. Why do I still support this team? You know, I am now shameless. We only lost by 1 goal. As long as Singapore don't lose by more than 2 goals, we'll be fine. And by some miracle, that's what Singapore did. I do not know why Singapore showed more fight for China than the Chinese team itself, but here we are. We have less drive and passion than a team ranked 153rd in the world. But yeah, because Singapore bailed us out on the last day, we qualified for the third round by the skin of our teeth. With Thailand, equal on points, equal on goal difference, equal on goals scored. We just had a head-to-head tiebreaker that we had the advantage in. I do not remember being that nervous in a long time. Seriously, to re-emphasize how close this was, had Singapore conceded just 1 more goal, we would have been doomed. But you know, after that shameful performance, after barely qualifying for the third round, I want to go over how China performed in this recent qualification campaign, and you know, I like to look at both sides of a team, so let's start with the positives. Now with that out of the way, let's go on to the negatives. And where do we start? First off, the defense. My gosh, we were leaking goals every single game, not a single clean sheet. We were leaking like a Boeing whistleblower, and the team died because of it. Our midfield, there is nothing there. No, I mean that literally, there is actually nothing there. We can't control the midfield, not even against Thailand. Why do we bother playing midfield players anyways? Next, the attack. Listen here, Ivankovic. When I said we needed magicians in attack, I didn't mean ones with vanishing acts. This man started Abdueli against South Korea, who, you know, did his best Houdini impression. Not to mention, he started Fernandinho, a man who's contributed basically nothing to our attack, instead of, oh, I don't know, our top scorer? Seriously, someone tell me, aside from that 1 penalty against Singapore, What has Fernandinho done for this team? I do not remember a single good performance from Fernandinho. And for some reason, Croatian Ten Hag keeps starting him in every match. And I cannot reiterate this point enough. Zhang Yuning, top scorer Wu Lei, why were they on the bench against South Korea? Especially Wu Lei. We missed him so much in the Thailand match. Why didn't he start against South Korea? Not like he had fitness issues, he didn't even play in the previous match. The general play in this team is non-existent. I can take 19% possession against South Korea. We weren't trying to win that game anyways, but less than 60% pass accuracy. Are you kidding me? Our center backs, long passing. That looks like me trying to play badminton with my left hand. It's a complete disaster. My point about not being able to control the midfield, I mean, we can't go 3 seconds without losing the ball, even against underdogs like Thailand and Singapore. There are just no basic skills in this team, not to mention the lack of fitness. Within the start of the second half, everyone on the team looked gassed. But it's not just the players, because Ivankovic made so many backwards decisions in a match where we weren't trying to win. Fernandinho and Abdueli doing basically nothing. He could either sub on Wu Lei for one of them, or sub one of them off for a defender. Both make sense, but no, he doesn't do that. He waits until the 69th minute to sub in Wu Lei. I mean, why? Oh, and let's not forget, when South Korea take the lead, when we now need to equalize, then he decides to take Abdueli off for a defender. Make it make sense. There is also no mentality in this team. I mean, after the match, they were all smiles, basically. We had no idea how the Thailand versus Singapore match would turn out. We didn't know if we were qualified for the next round. Why are you smiling so much? Why do you seem so happy? Are you happy with your performance? Because I can guarantee you, every fan of China is not. Oh, and let's not forget the whole Zhang Ninpeng saga. My guy decided to retire from the national team after that 2-2 draw against Singapore. Then when we go back to winning ways, he reverses his decision, and the best part? He wasn't even selected for this window. Serves you right, man. I mean, at the time when the national team needs a leader to step up, you decide to just vanish. You know, that one Homer Simpson disappearing into the bushes meme? Yeah, that's basically you, man. But anyways, that is in the past now. China have barely made it through to the third round, thanks to Singapore saving us on the last day. Oh boy. Listen, right, depending on who we get in the third round, we may have a chance at the intercontinental playoff spots. If Ivankovic can figure something out in this squad, if we get easier opponents in the groups, maybe, just maybe, I still want to believe we can make it to the World Cup, It would be great to see them play in North America, watching my team play so close to home. That would be great. So I want to believe, in the third round, who knows? Maybe we'll cause an upset. We're so screwed.